In this video, I will give you a few tips for listening to your composition. The simplest way to listen to your composition is to hit this play button at the top, and it will play from the beginning. Well, actually it'll play from whatever note you have selected. So if you just wanted to play the last two measures, you select one of these notes and then hit play, and it'll play from that position. And it'll show you what notes it's currently playing with the blue bar. If you want a few more options, you can hit View and then Play Panel. That'll give you three options here that you can adjust. This down here, you can turn the metronome on or off, or have it give you a count in before it plays back. And this will adjust the volume of that metronome, that click. This adjusts how fast it will play, the tempo of the piece. I'll put that up to 100%, which will be 120 beats per minute. And this adjusts the overall volume. And another thing you'll want to adjust is found in View Mixer. And that brings up the mixer panel. And when you insert a bass instrument, it makes the sound of those instruments the choir ahs, which to me sound very muddy and kind of out of tune, and it's hard to hear if things are correct. I would recommend changing the sound of those two staves to piano. You can do that. Each of these vertical bars aligns or matches with one of the staves. So this is your top staff, this is the middle staff, this one, and this is your bottom staff, where we just put our bass line. So I'm going to click this, make it gray. You can click anywhere in the bar, make it light gray, and then come up here. You need to scroll all the way to the top to find your grand piano. And you can select a different instrument if you choose. You can find one, experiment with different sounds. Now do the same thing with this line. And that'll just give it a much cleaner sound. Now the other thing you can do on this panel is mute one or more of the parts, which means you can silence it. So if I want to silence my chords, for example, which will probably be something you want to do going forward, you just hit that mute button, and now it will just play my soprano and bass line. And you can hear if those two parts sound good together. Also, the S stands for solo. If you just want to hear that part, you can click that on. If I just want to hear my bass line, for example, if I click that, it will just play back that staff, which would be the bass line. So that gives you a few hints to play it back, and I would recommend listening to your composition as you compose and make sure it sounds how you want it to sound.